days like this, you'll never miss. Every hour's eating at your soul. Did someone say they'd save you, then leave you hanging out in the cold? You tried everything, but hell consumes the night. You tried everyone, but there's no one else inside. Taking on the world, the moment of me life. Time is running out. Taking on the world, the moment of me life. Where's your hero now? You thought they were brave, but they're running away. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? I see the pain buried in those eyes. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? It's days like this, you swing and miss, while your mind's digging your own hole. Where are the heroes tonight? There's nowhere inside, and it's you against the world. Taking on the world, the moment of me life. Time is running out. Taking on the world, the moment of me life. Where's your hero now? You thought they were brave, but they're running away. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? I see the pain
The following is rated TVMA and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Now, what's up, people? I'm back again. Fix this real quick. But yes, your host is here. My one viewer. What do you mean you can't hear? Okay. Sorry. Anyway, sorry I'm late. I was trying to have a cigarette. I only got half of the cigarette done because I know people bitch if I'm late. Which is fine. Everybody got the right to bitch and moan and stuff. And I know I fuck up a lot, so I apologize. But me fucking up on this show is just like in real life, where I fuck up anyways in real life. So it goes without saying that it's gonna happen with me sometimes. Y'all gonna have to get used to that because I'm not perfect. I fuck up a lot, but I had to help my mama. So, and as I said before, my mama comes before the show here. Family comes before my little show that don't get many viewers anyways, and but I try. And as you see on the little scroller on the bottom, I don't know if you saw the breaking news thing where I got my results back from my biopsy and it came back benign, so I don't have cancer. I just don't know what the fuck's wrong with my throat. So I'm gonna talk to my doctor and be like, well, figure something out. What the hell's going on? But yeah, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for my fuck up, okay? It happens a lot with me, Y'all gonna learn that pretty quickly. But this is, I'm trying to remember what episode I said this was. Let me look. Episode 5 of the second season. A season is 1 year, so all year this year is season 2. How in the next 2026 will be season 3, and so on and so forth. Depending on how long I go with this thing, how long I feel I'm having fun with it, and entertaining people. Because sometimes you entertain people, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you piss people off. Sometimes they be like, "How long are you gonna be late? How late?" I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I don't know. Trying to finish a cigarette here, people. And I wasn't able to finish the cigarette, but I wanted to, come and get on live without being too late, and keep y'all watching the starting screen with music and stuff. I know that get boring. Hell, I know I get boring. But it is what it is. And then today I went and got my finger poked, checked my blood, because heart patient, so I have to go check my blood and see if it's in range of what they want. It's kind of weird. Go finish your cigarette on stream. Wasting is bad. Well, I can't really take my computer outside. Plus, the cigarette I had, I just dipped it in water and got it wet and put it out. So it's wasted anyways. So, whatever. Y'all are more important than a cigarette. Okay? Everybody in my life is more important than a cigarette. Okay? That's the funny thing with me. Everybody in my life is more important than anything else. I prove it to everybody. It's crazy how, like the show here, I didn't want to go too late, so I just put the cigarette out, came in, and was like, I'll just get on. And then Um, my mama, I help her with her pills. I help her do whatever she needs done every day, constantly. It's like constant. Um, I help my brother. I help my wife. I help everything. I help everybody. I, I'm, I get to the point where, if you've ever heard like people say, you're too caring or something. Maybe I'm too caring, and it backfires on me at times. But whatever, it's life. Life is full of ups and downs and turned arounds and all that stuff. So it's kind of like, you are too caring. Say thank you. You're the most fucking best YouTuber I know. Well, thank you. I think you're a little bit faking with that, but it's okay. That's okay. I appreciate the support and the nice comment there. I appreciate that, but you're being a little bit over the edge there. I'm not the best fucking YouTuber, I'm just a YouTuber who tries my best to have fun and talk to people. There's much better YouTubers out there. Trust me. Go search. There's many, many different YouTubers that are better than I am. I just come on here and blab and bitch and whine and moan and act like a little idiot sometimes. Because, that's just how life is sometimes. It makes you sit there and be like, ugh, what the fuck? My mama drive me nuts. I mean, I'm 50 years old. I go outside. She'd be all wondering where I'm at. I'm like, come on, I'm 50 years old. Let me fucking go outside. Shit. What the hell? I mean, I love my mama, but damn, man. I'm old enough to take care of myself outside for 5-10 minutes. Like, say I go walk around the apartments and stuff. Where's John? I'm running away from home, okay? Shit. I couldn't run away from home anyways. I care about these people too much. But anyways, I just... Sometimes my life is in turmoil, and I just let it go and come on here and talk to y'all and just be like, acting like an idiot. Because, it's better to act like an idiot than to just sulk and whine about things all the fucking time. I try to talk to people in my life here in this house, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't. It's weird how much I give and how much, everything. It's just weird. Don't mind me if I'm blabbing and bitching about my life right now. It's been a weird time in my life lately. With the little thing on my neck that I was having a cancer scare, but no cancer, so I'm happy about that. Now, if I could just figure out what's wrong with the thyroid or my neck or whatever the hell's going on in there, because it's always like feeling weird and souring up and like, I don't know, it sucks. Okay? But I want y'all to know that I'm going to be live on the nights I say. I might be late sometimes, but I'll pop up and be live. It's just sometimes I might be a little late, sometimes I might be a little early. Who knows with my dumb ass, okay? I could be like an hour late or an hour early, because that's how my brain works, Plus, with all the other things going on in my life, I have to, prioritize and make room for y'all watching this talk radio show, and then make time for the folks in my life, in real life, like off the internet, like my family and shit. And, you know, if family or friends see this on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or whatever, if any of you are real life family or friends with me, you know, I don't want to offend any of you or make you all mad at me. I'm just speaking, venting, talking about my life and shit, and how much, you know, how I work my ass to death for things and people and stuff. And, you know, it wears me down, okay? And then I deal with the mom, you know, with the controllingness of where I'm at and all that shit. And then the controllingness of my brother, who wants me to be home and calls me in his room and then tells me to get out of his room. You know, because any of these people in this household, if they yell for me or even call for me, I jump. And y'all should know that in past videos, whether it's this show or my gaming live, you know, I get called, I'm running. Computer, I don't care about the show right now. I don't care about the gaming right now. I'm going to help whoever needs it. Jason, my brother Jason, my mama, my wife, whoever. I just go. And want to talk more about Donald Trump. I'm getting tired of Donald Trump, man. And I got to deal with another 4 years of that fucker in office. Shit. You know, I just don't like Donald Trump. And, you know, I'd rather not talk about him. But, you know, if you bring him up, I'm going to say his dumbass name on my show. Because, you know, if I'm asked, I'm going to be like, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want to talk about Donald fucking Trump. The tomato-looking motherfucker. Okay? No. But we got to deal with 4 years of him in office again. And I believe the rule is you can only be president 2 times. So this will be his last time because you can't do three terms as president. I think that was the rule with presidencies. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what I believe, because we've had presidents be 2 terms and then no more. But knowing Donald Trump's rich dumbass, he'd probably find a way to be 3 terms. I'll pay you to let me be the president again 3 times. Go away, boy. And then, you know, I'm always talking shit, saying I'm gonna beat Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon to be the best talk show host. You know, I still think I could in the future, you know, because all they is funny men. They just joke around and make jokes and stuff and then talk to people. I can do that, but I can also bitch and then talk to people. Yeah, I can bitch, I can have fun, I can make jokes and talk to people. I can do that. So Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, you know, it's an easy job. You just talk to people and act stupid and, you know, stuff. So, you know, if Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel ever, like, are on YouTube and they, like, find my show and they hear me talking about this shit, watch out for me, man. Riley Radio. You never know. I could be, like, the next Jimmy Fallon or the next Jimmy Kimmel or the next Stephen Colbert. Well, no, Stephen Colbert kind of one of the worst of them because he tried to be funny and he ain't funny. The other 2 are at least kind of funny. Kind of. And Stephen Colbert, he ain't funny. I don't know too many other talk show hosts. Just those 3 kind of, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, and then there's me, Riley Radio, you know. And for all you that watch, you know, I got 2 viewers right now. See, I'm growing. I'm huge. I'm a big star right now on YouTube. You know, it's a shit-eating grin, right? Because I'm full of shit right now because I got 2 viewers watching right now. My record is one Twitch viewer is my record for current viewer, and for YouTube, I think my highest was 6 viewers at one time so far on Talk Radio, And Facebook's been just zero, basically. Nobody on Facebook give a shit. They like, whatever, I'm scrolling, I'm reading stories and shit. I don't give a fuck about your live. Go away, man, go away. You're distracting our day, okay? And I'm like, oh well, I'm going to try to distract your day because I want viewers. I want people to see me acting like an idiot. And Facebook would be the one that got most of my family. So, you know, they ain't watching, they don't care. Friends, they don't care. Well, I don't got many, like, friends. I got, like, the online Facebook friends, but I don't got many real-life friends that are on Facebook, is what I'm trying to say, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, I've lost quite a few friends in my life. I mean, my one friend, who was basically one of my best friends, I went to visit him, and I had to find his house and stuff, and then when I found him, he was like pissed off at me and told me that I'm dead to him and he should be dead to me and all this shit. And I was like, alright, well, whatever. What kind of friend is that? And then my other friend, which is kind of a lifetime best friend, known him since I was a kid, and he died, so I lost that friend. And then, you know, other friends that just don't talk to me. They just don't care, you know. They're like, whatever. And then there's family who, you know, don't really talk to me much either. So they be like, you know, whatever. And then they bitch because I don't come see them. Well, they don't come see me, so what the hell, you know? Whatever. I don't care. I mean, I can't afford to be traveling halfway across the country to go see a family member who tend to have money enough to go travel and see each other, but not me. Because I'm over here on the West Coast, and they like Middle America and East Coast and all that. Yeah, East Coast. And they can't come over here to Washington. They have to go like between their little states and stuff, you know. So it's kind of funny, but it's kind of fucked up as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna vent and tell y'all things that go on in my head and things that bother me sometimes. But I deal with it. You know, I just deal with it because that's all you can do in life is deal with the things that you can't change or you can't fix. And with family and old friends and stuff, I can't change that or fix them people. They is who they is, and they're gonna do what they want to do. And if I don't like it, oh well. And if you guys don't like it, oh well. You know. But yeah, I got the good news of my biopsy today, so I was all like happy about that and stuff. And I went to the doctor to get my INR checked for the blood thing, and he said it was a little low, so he changed my dosing on my pills a little bit and told me to come back on February 6th to get it checked again, and hopefully it'll be back up in range, because when I had a valve replacement in my heart, now I'm on blood thinners for the rest of my freaking life. Fun. But now I gotta talk to my crazy doctor, who don't. My doctor ain't the best doctor. Let's just say that, you know. I'm gonna try to have her help me figure out what the hell is wrong with my throat, and hopefully fix it, make it better, make me feel better, because it's miserable, you know. And then, like, after I'm done with this live stream, I'm gonna go probably play some Pet Sim or something. Try to get more points for my clan the clan I'm in. Try to get some more points. Just to try to be active, you know, that way. It looks good with the clan if I'm active and I'm getting points. And then they, you know, won't complain to me and kick me out for having too little points or whatever. So I try to stay up in the higher portions of points for the clan battle. Danny's World, I don't know if I play any Danny's World tonight, I'll be playing tomorrow because I'll be live tomorrow. But, you know, now look at that. 1 viewer now on Twitch, 0 on YouTube, and 0 on Facebook. You see how popular I am? Look at that. I am, yeah. Anyways. And people can watch this later too. But, still got wildfire stuff going on in California. And today at my appointment, the pharmacy guy that does the blood check, he was like, "Have you heard the rumor?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "They say that P. Diddy hired people to start the fires in California and stuff." I was like, "Oh, because he in trouble, he wanted to hire people to burn down California." Okay. I wouldn't put it past that boy, but, you know, I don't know. It's kind of funny in a way. You know. I still don't know if I'm going to keep this background too long. You know, like I said, I'm going to change up the backgrounds here and there until I, you know, feel that I have one that I like. I mean, I like this one. It looks cool and stuff, but I'm going to test other ones and just see what happens, you know. I might go back to this one after a while and just stick to it because it looks cool with all the little gold lights coming off and, you know, my head in the middle like this, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on in my life, how I feel about certain things, and, you know, how things can be rough in life, but you gotta just deal with it and hope for the best and, you know, see what happens. You know, because you can just sit there and be pissed about everything all the time and it doesn't help none. So, you know. Let's see, I got chat going on, but it doesn't say nobody's viewing YouTube. It's weird. I don't think the view counting thing works completely, but, you know, I don't think it's totally accurate. But accurate enough. But, you know, that's in the news, you know, it's kind of weird with the fires going on and, you know, winter weather down East Coast or whatever, wherever the snow is. There's a bunch of snow somewhere in this world. Except here. What the frick? I like fucking snow. Shit. Give me the snow. Anybody, if y'all got snow where you're at, send it my way. I want some snow. I love snow. It's like the best weather. I like summertime with the sun and warmth. I don't like rain. Rain sucks. It's depressing. The snow, yeah, I love snow. Like beautiful white stuff all over the grass, man. You can go out there and make snowmans and snow angels and have fun. And then be cold afterwards. But that's okay. You know? I'm believing in you that you will be famous one day. Well, thank you. I appreciate the support like that. And if I ever am famous, I'll send your ass that autograph, okay? I will be nice and send you an autograph. Maybe with a couple dollars or something added to it, you know. An autograph with a few dollars, just to help you out. You want it as a fancy drink, or you want a plate with snow and a leaf and sauce on top? No, I want real snow, not like some snow that you make into food or something. No. A fancy drink. You can make me a alcoholic drink called snow or something. I don't know what you put in it and shit, but, you know, whatever. I go send you snow. Okay. Good luck with that. The weather might not cooperate with you, but you can try. But yeah, you know, it's been a weird couple of days with the health scare because, you know, I was worried about cancer, but I don't got it. And then today I had to go do the blood thing, and it was low, so I'm like, what the hell? What's going on with my health? Shit. and then just family shit going on. It's crazy. How much stress and anxiety I have to deal with on a daily. My mama drives me nuts with the stress and anxiety for sure. My brother stresses me out, drives me nuts. You know, just it's crazy how life can throw you bricks and you have to catch them with your face. That's why I'm so ugly. I had too many bricks thrown at my face. Boom, 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 boom. You know, it's just crazy. Everything's thrown my way, and I just have to either dodge it or take it, or whatever. So that's life. That's life. Ooh. I don't know the song. There's a song that has those words to it. That's life. Ooh. But I don't know the song. I'm not that hip. Like I said, I don't know much about music, so we may not talk about music much on this talk show because I don't know music much. So I might suck in that category. TV, movies, yeah, I can kind of talk about that stuff. Like tonight was the return of Found on TV. I didn't watch it yet. Got it recorded on DVR or whatever it's called, DVR. So I'll watch it sometime. And Found's like, one of my favorite shows on TV right now. It's a good show. If you ain't on it, if you ain't seen it yet, check it out. Found. It's a good show. We got Mark Paul Gosselaar. There goes my throat fucking up again. Sorry, y'all. My throat can be a pain in the ass sometimes. But I enjoy doing these shows. I like my audience to come and watch me all the time. I appreciate you all, so I just come on, deal with the throat and the coughing and the pain, and have fun as much as possible, and talk shit about my life, and talk shit about the world, and talk shit about Donald Trump, and talk shit about Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and whatever. I'm a shit talker. Sir, the price is 10 Pringles. You want me to give you 10 Pringles to send me snow? I'm not going to go steal Pringles from my mama to give you to send me snow. Okay?
What's the address? I'll mail you some Pringles.
The wife said she'd mail you some Pringles. But, 10 Pringles to get some snow. How you going to send the snow? You going to blow the snow clouds over my way? It's crazy. But as I say, hopefully my show will grow and have more viewership and more interactions on the chat and stuff, because right now it's just like the one or two people kind of you're gonna bring me a cooler with snow in it? Okay. Bring it over and just dump it over my head, right? That would be kind of funny in a way, but it would kind of suck because I don't want it just on me. I want it all over the ground, around me. Okay? Okay. Shit. But yeah, like I was saying, I hope that I can grow some more viewership on this show and have more people talking and communicating on the chat, checking out my website, CrowRules Entertainment. Maybe become a member of CrowRules Entertainment, because I'm building a community there too. You can post on the forums and the groups, watch my past videos, stuff like that. How many subs do I have? I think I have 190 right now. 190 subscriptions on YouTube. I think that's what it is at. I'd like to get to 500 by the end of the year. Hell, by summertime I'd like to get to 500 subscribers. But, that's going to take some work. I've been advertising over on TikTok. I've tried to advertise it in other places, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. But I just have fun doing these videos. and sharing my life with you all and letting things off my chest when I want to vent. And as long as y'all don't mind me venting and just letting things out and sharing my fuck ups in life, it's cool. Are your lives on shorts? I don't think so. I have shorts, then I have lives, then I have regular videos I uploaded. So I don't think my lives are on shorts because my lives aren't short. You know what I'm saying? I could probably take a snippet of it and put it as a short. I don't know. I'll think of some ways to do some stuff, but you know, I'm still a newbie, I guess you could say. Basically a newbie at this stuff. I'm not the most talented person in this world. I don't have I still haven't come up with like a script type thing to where I talk about certain things for a certain amount of time at a certain time. So, you know, I'm not the best at all this. I'm still new. I'm still learning. I'm still practicing. I'm still getting better. If lives are on shorts, then it would be easier for people to find. That's probably, maybe that's true. Like I say, maybe I can take a snippet of one of my lives and just put it on as a short with kind of an advertisement, talk radio, blah, blah, blah. Also some tips. Posting 4 videos per day might get subs faster. Posting 4 videos per day? You mean like not live, just like videos? I can work on that too. Maybe I can make some pre-recorded videos and put them up. You know, I appreciate the tips and the help and the suggestions. I appreciate that because I do want to grow. I do want to be better at this, and I do want to have success in my life for once. You know, I've been unsuccessful most of my freaking life with things. You know, so I'm just waiting for that moment. My moment in life, man, my moment. Give me my moment, people. I want to win an award so I can go up there and be like, thank you to all my YouTube audience people. I wouldn't cry, but I was being over dramatic. Okay, I'm not an actor. Okay, I can't act that well. Yeah, I'll work on doing some of the things you suggested there, you know, and see what happens, see how things go. I'll do my best. Okay, I can't promise anything to you or myself, but I'll practice and get better and do things that people suggest. I love taking suggestions to try to improve my show and improve my channel and get more viewers, more subscriptions, more, you know, all that. Because it'd be nice to be a little bit more popular on the streaming channels. I mean, come on now. So, you know, I feel it's my time for some success because I've been pretty unsuccessful with things in my life. Jobs, moving out of the state to get away from mother, that didn't work out. That was unsuccessful. I came back home. These games we play, like Pet Sim and Danny's Rule and stuff, pretty unsuccessful with those. I'm not that great, but you know, I try. Okay, I can try that too. Thank you for the advice, man. You know, I know you're the one that chats the most up on it, but because you always just chat away. And I don't know if I'd be like Slapstick. People like, who's Slapstick? Well, he's one of my viewers. But yeah, you know, and I try to stick with my word of doing an hour per show. And last night was kind of short because I had just had the biopsy. My throat was like killing me. Tonight it feels a little bit better, unless I cough or something. Or sometimes if I swallow wrong, it hurts. If I cough, it hurts. It's a pain in the ass, man. But I'm living, so it's all good. And there's no cancer, so it's all good. I'm blessed with that at least. And the heart surgery went good when I had heart surgery. So, I'm blessed with that. I had a good surgeon. So, even though he made fun of me when he sent me home after my heart surgery with some like heavy pain med, and he said, don't be a tough guy. If it hurts, take it. And then I took it and I went right to bed. I was like, but I'm going to be working on things that people suggest, whether it's slapstick doing all the suggesting, or if anybody else pops in and be like, makes a suggestion, I will, take any suggestion to heart and go from there. Because I like having people backing me a little bit here and showing support. You might hear a game in the background. Like, bloop, bloop, bloop. It's cute though. But, this is kind of a weird thing to know that I'm going to be trying to do this every day of the week, Monday through Friday. That will help me get better too. Because the more I do it, the better I will get, and the more comfortable I'll feel doing this. And, so I'm a very low self-esteem kind of person. I always think badly about myself. That's why I always be like, I'm not good at this, I'm new at this, I suck at this, I hope I get better. Low self-esteem, it sucks to have, but I can put my little acting hat on and be like, I'm going to be better than Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel. But in reality, I'm a very low self-esteem kind of guy. I don't believe in myself most of the time. So I appreciate people believing in me and, thinking I can do this. I think I can do it. It's going to take practice. It's going to take me getting comfortable in my own self to do this. And, that kind of shit. But I'll get better. Might take a year or 2 or 3 or 4, but I'll get better, okay? And I will, as I've been saying in future episodes, I will be talking about more stuff and spreading out the things I talk about to different things, and not just venting and going off saying I'm not that great, blah, 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 life sucks, blah, 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 blah. Because I know people don't want to watch that all the time either. But, I have the mental health issues as well with anxiety and depression and stuff like that. So, it's got to be talked about sometimes and shared. That way other people like me don't feel like they're alone in this world. I don't think there's many people in the world that deals with the stuff I deal with. I just don't think there is. With my mother and my brother, and mostly, like I said, mostly my mother and my brother. They drive me fucking crazy. Treat me like I'm a freaking kid or a slave. That's why I'm just saying I'm everybody's bitch. I just do what I'm told when I'm told. And then over time I get in trouble by people, and I'm like, as much as I do, and y'all want to just get on my ass. And then when I try to explain things to people, they get mad. Or if I suggest things to my mother, she just don't care to change anything. Shit. She be all sick and old, and I'm like, don't be walking around much. Don't be trying to do no work. And what she do, she get up and try to do work. And I'm like, sit your ass down. I don't need you falling and breaking a hip or falling and dying or some shit. And then my brother, I'd be like telling him something, and he just sit there, piss off. Whatever. Or he'll call me in his room, because my brother's mentally retarded, you know, and I go in his room, because he'll call me, John, come here. I go in his room, and he just looks at me, and I say, what do you want? And he said, what do you want? I said, you called me, fool. It drives me nuts. Don't call me and then be like, what? But I deal with that because he's handicapped, and I just, either he's messing with my head or he doesn't understand what he's doing. Either way, because I know he's probably fucking with my head to make me go more crazy than I already am. Like, wait, you didn't call me? No, you called me, fool. But whatever. I love the kid. I love my brother. I love my mom. I love my wife. I love my child. I love the cats. I love the people in this world. Most of the time I love myself. Sometimes I don't, but most of the time I do. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like a loser and a failure. But those times happen, And I'd rather let it out and stuff instead of just sitting here burying it all and suffering, which I could say about a famous person, which could be a touchy subject because people don't really like hearing bad things about people, and it's not really a bad thing, but what I just said about I'd rather get things out instead of burying it in myself, suffering silently, like the Robin Williams, huge comedian guy, always making people laugh, always joking around and having fun, but he dealt with very bad depression and shit, and that's basically what killed him, is his depression and shit, and he just buried it with comedy and laughter, making people laugh because he wanted people to be happy while he suffered or whatever. I don't know, but I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to let out my hurt instead of burying it. I want people to know what I deal with, and then I want to make people laugh as well. So I do have those times when I'm funny and acting like a freaking idiot and being stupid, and so it's kind of crazy. He died because of depression. Kind of basically, yeah. I mean, he was a depressed guy, and he hid his depression behind his comedy. I don't know if it was totally depression that killed him, but I read somewhere that was like, it was part of it, his depression and stuff, and I just don't want to be that kind of person where I bury my feelings and shit. I'd rather get it out, whether I get in trouble and yelled at or not, or if people don't like it on my show and they don't want to hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm sorry. So I'll let you go. Talk to you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Might be early, might be late. It depends on what happens. But I'll be online tomorrow, so it'll work. It'll work out. And much love. Remember to like and share, and tell your friends about me, and get me some more viewers and all that stuff, because I would appreciate it. But talk to y'all later.